Greetings, folks. For Ag and Natural Resources Marketing, I'm David Ammon, and you're watching Renew, the show about the amazing students, faculty, and staff of the College of Forest Resources at Mississippi State University. This is our first episode of 2026, and our first guest today is Dr. Adam Palenko. Dr. Palenko is an assistant professor in the Department of Forestry, and we're very glad to have you here today.
I'm glad to be here.
Right on. Dr. Palenko, can you tell us a little about yourself? Where are you from and what brought you to Mississippi State?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Nice.
And I've sort of done a circle around North America, skipping the Northeast. So I have a background from Northern Arizona,
Okay.
and then University of British Columbia and Vancouver.
Very cool.
Spent some time in Canada, and then came here to Mississippi State.
Nice,
So
nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting opportunity. Trees grow faster, so.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
So your work in pine silviculture, it's evolved in response to emerging challenges like climate change and timber supply pressures?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we are doing we face a whole bunch of challenges, right? Because trees although they grow faster in Mississippi, they take a long time to grow.
Right.
And so the decisions we're making right now, we won't even realize for 25 years at the best. And so with changing markets, right, pulpwood markets in particular, and uncertainty regarding climate change, that creates a whole bunch of challenges for making decisions.
Sure. And your research includes topics like forest resilience and carbon supply. How do you see your findings influencing real-world forest management practices in the Southeast?
Yeah, so that's one of the best parts of my job. Is that we get to ask the hardest questions. Silviculture in general is all about problem solving,
right.
and when from the research standpoint, we're solving the hardest problems.
Sure.
And so understanding what actions we're taking today or what actions we can take to improve the resilience of forests to hurricanes, for example,
right.
while also providing some of those other ecosystem services like carbon sequestration or even some additional wildlife habitat,
right.
Allows us to provide sort of a mixed portfolio and increase the value of those forests.
Sure. So you've studied disturbances like hurricanes in pine ecosystems. What are the most important factors that determine whether a forest is resilient or vulnerable?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. Big trees blow down more than little trees.
Right.
Trees are essentially a big sail.
Sure.
And so when they catch the wind, they will go down if they're catching more air.
Right.
And so thinking about the timing of keeping trees on the landscape and maybe cutting them before they get to that really susceptible size is a decent strategy to
right.
improve hurricane resistance and resilience. On average, we're talking for one area of land, something on the order of every 35 years on the coast.
Oh, wow.
For a hurricane, and so that in the scale of tree lifetimes is pretty frequent.
Right.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff. With tools like growth modeling and spatial analysis becoming more common, how do you see technology reshaping forest management and decision making?
Well, the challenging thing, and I keep hitting on this repeating theme of trees taking a long time to grow, right? Agriculture has been on this trend of precision agriculture for quite a while,
right.
and we're hoping to move in that direction with growth and yield models and other technologies, allowing to make some better management decisions.
Sure.
But decisions and paradigms in forest management move one rotation at a time, and at best that's like 20 or 25 years. And
right. Long-term research.
Yeah. So hopefully relying on those growth and yield models to predict the future a little bit, and understand the implications of whatever we're trying to do, and on the future.
How do you think AI is going to play a role in this going forward with the advancements in technology?
Well, it's challenging, right?
Right.
There are, and it's certainly going to change the entire world in addition to forestry. The cool thing, the exciting thing about AI is that we're building these kind of dynamical, nonlinear systems to predict things like language, human language, right?
Sure.
And that kind of is what we understand forests to develop like, right? So they're also nonlinear dynamic systems. And so the more we can hopefully understand what's going on under the hood of an AI model, the better we might be able to predict some of those interesting but challenging to predict dynamics in forests, which is pretty exciting.
Sure. Looking ahead, what do you think are the biggest opportunities and risks for forest ecosystems and the forestry industry over the next 20 to 30 years?
Yeah, that's so it comes down to markets and uncertainty.
Sure.
Both with the type of markets that may or may not be available. There's always the possibility that what we've been managing for is not the market of choice, and something we've been managing against is now the hot commodity.
Right.
There are examples that have happened in the past, and so that's a level of uncertainty, but also uncertainty related to disturbance, right?
Sure.
And disturbance associated with climate change, creating some more uncertainty there.
Well, Dr. Palenko, thanks so much for being here. We're going to take a quick break. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Want a career as big as the outdoors? Want to have an impact on the environment? The College of Forest Resources at Mississippi State University delivers hands-on training, ensuring clean air and water, wildlife habitats, and a sustainable environment. Creating new wood products and retooling old ones for today and tomorrow. Find a career in whatever path you choose. Majors in forestry, natural resource and environmental conservation, sustainable bioproducts, wildlife, fisheries, and aquaculture. Want a career as big as the outdoors? Choose the College of Forest Resources at Mississippi State University.
Welcome back. Our next guest today is Autumn Pekarovich. She is a graduate student in forestry with Dr. Adam Palenko. Autumn, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Awesome. Autumn, could you tell us a little about yourself? Where are you from and what made you choose Mississippi State?
Yeah, I'm originally from Fresno, California, and I went to undergrad at Humboldt State University in California, and I studied forestry there, and with a concentration in restoration, and I graduated in 2024.
Nice.
And I told my professor at Humboldt, my silviculture professor, what I was interested in, being from California, being interested in drought, and knowing all this about me, he saw a position open here at Mississippi State, looking at how drought, frost, and defoliation affect different southern pine species, southern species. And I interviewed, sounded like exactly what I wanted to do, and been here ever since, and I've loved it.
Nice. We're glad to have you here. I actually went to Humboldt State for a couple of semesters. Beautiful part of the country.
Yes,
the redwoods are majestic. How do your studies differ from when they were on the West Coast to how they are here now, as far as the ecosystems?
It's incredibly different. Of course, you have your different species, but you also have your different focuses. In California, of course, we're really interested in wildfire and fire effects and learning about all of our different environmental policies there.
Sure.
In the South, it's much more production-based forestry.
Right.
And here, there's so much research opportunity as well. Since we're a R1 research institution, we have a lot of research output and state-of-the-art facilities like the greenhouse that I work in every day here and where my project's housed.
Very cool. Can you tell us a little bit more about your research and what you're doing in silviculture?
Yeah, definitely. My study focuses on 3 different species: sweet gum, shortleaf pine, loblolly pine, and I'm looking at how not just single disturbances of drought, frost, and defoliation affect them, but also multiple disturbances in sequence. For example, drought followed by frost, but also frost followed by drought, and all the different combinations you can create with my 3 different stressors. And I'm looking at things like chlorophyll fluorescence, how my seedlings are allocating their carbon differently based on their treatments. And ultimately, that's the goal is to help inform restoration, reforestation practices to help us see which species might be more resilient or possibly struggle in future different disturbance scenarios.
Gotcha. I understand you're authoring a chapter on spruce pine for the USDA Forest Service on Silvics of North America. Why did you choose this species?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Spruce pine isn't very well studied despite its pretty wide distribution and it being found in a lot of different forest types in the South. The decision was made by me and my co-author team. We just think it's a really unique species, needs more research attention for sure, especially in the face of climate change. And it's really unique and atypical for a conifer in that it's very shade tolerant and can establish in the understory.
Right. So, like Dr. Plinko and I discussed, this is a long-term research industry you guys are in. So, what are your plans for the future? Where do you see yourself after graduation?
Yeah, that's also a good question. I love research, and I would love to continue doing that, whether that's in academia or maybe a restoration-focused role where I'm having my management directly influenced by science and having science-backed management actions. I think that would be a really interesting role.
Yep, absolutely. Just a little softball for you. What do you like most about the Southeast? How's your time been here? Are you enjoying Mississippi State?
Yeah, I am. I think there are wonderful people. What really drew me to Mississippi State is the culture that I heard about. I heard about our Forestry Graduate Student Association, and here I've been able to create such a great and rich community for myself.
That's great.
Lots of friends, and I just know people that are doing all kinds of different research, and got all these connections now from all over the world.
That's great to hear. Well, Autumn, thank you very much for being here. That's it for this episode of Renew. If you'd like to watch previous episodes, you can find us on cfr.msstate.edu, or you can check us out on any of the YouTube, Instagram, etc. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.